there's a survey at the end. You want to start looking that over and filling out. Yeah.
I've been at a few of these events. I'm a community psychologist by training, and this is an absolutely wonderful community event place. You know, I mean, it's an art gallery, but it is also a provocation for people getting together. And when you sit here and you enjoy yourself and you get to know new people and you get to revisit with people that you know, you've got to remember that there are certain people who have worked very hard to make it happen. And it really requires volunteerism. It requires volunteers. When Mercedes was asked about by the early committee whether the town could support a gallery, she said no. She said, we tried it in the Congregational Church and it went for a while and we ran out of volunteers and we ran out of funding. And there we had the building donated, essentially. So unless you have those things assured, so don't assume that this place will continue without real support. And that means either your time and or you're helping with the funding. So I think this is an absolutely marvelous place. I've come here every time I've been in town. There's always something new and different. I've stocked the walls in Colorado with paintings from here. And I would like to recognize the committee that has made this happen.
Hello, Sean McCann here, working on the Wahpeton mural here on 4th and Dakota. It's a beautiful Friday morning, just enjoying the sunny weather and the nice little breeze, and looking forward to spending another couple of weeks working on the mural and finishing it up. And I've had some amazing help so far. We've got Caleb and Olivia Schmidt, and Samantha Clockey has helped, Elaine Clockey, and even my mother has helped out a little bit, Karen McCann. So it's been a lot of fun working on it, and it's been a blast, and it's been very, very, very exciting to see the reactions that people have on this corner, and enjoying every minute of it.
You got some tape to bring off there.
What's that?
You got some tape, or you're going to paint grass there.
Yeah, we'll peel that off once that border doesn't need to be there anymore, so.
Yeah.
Working hard.
My name is Samson Hill, and I volunteer to go through the history of the Wahpeton Indian School. And what I got up here, and there's more, I got 177 feet of pictures. I came here in 1939 as a student, and I know all these people in here. See, it says December 1938. I came fall of 39, they were all here yet. Superintendent sits right there, Carl Stevens. Lots of memories here. Really, I didn't know if I could do it, you know, and alone, you know. I'd see all those. I went through all those boxes. You see them, 80, that's 1980s. Sam was here. All marked them all. Sam was here. Sam was here. So no use looking in those anymore. Yeah, Sam was here. You know, I just said, I've been in that box, you know.
When we started this project, the whole idea was to incorporate culture, geometry, and art. We read the story of Morning Star and discussed where that legend came from. We got to meet Miss Stewin, which was really great.
Yeah, let the girls, they have to figure it out.
See, your branches kind of get a little thicker. Like, see,
How has diabetes affected you, Chip?
well, there's a lot of physical things I can't do now, and I have trouble. I carve totem poles, and I don't have any legs, and it's hard to get around. With some of my painting, it hasn't really affected it that much.
So when I play a flute, it's not just me as a human being sitting here blowing on a piece of wood. I think of we as my grandfathers, as my ancestors. We as the combination of men and women. We as the combining of cross cultures. The we starts growing, you know. And they say, the more we's, it's like you play this and you do that. You run the camera, you run the sound, you play the violin, you play this. But if you get all those yous together, that's us, you know. You is a bunch of us. All the yous is us. And so, but what is us? When we get it all together, we play together.
Yeah. Arthur Amiot came from Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, and he is a Lakota artist, historian, and educator.
Winter weasels, huh? Ermine skins. And this one is a bandolier, huh? That's my ceremonial robe. This is a pipe bag. These are made of porcupine quills. This is how they decorated their teepees. No, those are seashells. Those are univalves, huh? They're called tusk shells, dentalia. Yeah, that's a beaded blanket strip.
Pretty good.
No, I didn't. No, these were made by my relatives. These are from a yoke of one of my grandmother's dresses. She took it apart and made that vest for me, and then these are the leftover shells, which I made into. And this one is a bandolier, huh? Wear it like this. All of these are parts of my different dance outfits, huh? This goes around here. This goes on here. This one goes here. I do that. These are seashells. There's like a little worm that lived in there. Anyway, they would harvest them, bring them up to the surface, and then they'd clean them out and use them as beads. Dentalium and elk's teeth are considered the pearls and diamonds of the Plains tribes. Huh? Those are ermines, weasel skins.
In winter, the ermine's body turns white except for a black tip on its tail.
And a lot of people don't know it, but besides beaver and otter being traded to the Europeans, they also traded for this, because this is what the royal robes were made out of. That white fur, you know, with these little black tails peeking out. A lot of that came from North America too, in the fur trade, see? You can touch it as long as your hands are clean and you haven't just stuck your finger up your nose, okay?
Nape washte we I ha wade oh ha ya hero. I'm coming home ha ya hera ya. When I get there, I hope that you'll be waiting for me, honey. Wera ya hera yo, wera ya oh ha ya hero. When I get home, we'll be singing, we'll be dancing, we'll make love all night long. Wera ya hey era ya hera oh ah ya hero. When I get home, we'll be singing, we'll be dancing, we'll make love all night long. Wera ya hera yo, wera ya oh ha ya hero. Nape washte we, don't you know that I love you ah ya hero. Oh my woman, don't you know that I love you ah ya hero. We hera ah ya hero, we hera ah ya hero. Kind of like that.
So how are you guys doing? Yeah, having some fun? Isn't it amazing that a dance would have so much of an effect on people, the Métis people? They call it the national anthem, the national jig for the Métis people, the Red River Jig. But also just how it could be involved in the formation of Manitoba. These fur traders, like I say, used to go whipping down the river, and they wouldn't stop the Métis colony, but this jig would attract them. They'd stop in the river, and they would talk for a few minutes, and maybe maybe people would get to trade a bit, and then it was an hour, then it was a weekend, a day, and then a weekend, and it turned into a 10-day festival that lasted for over 100 years. And the fur traders loved these wild parties that these making people threw, and they would do it till all hours of the morning, and it wasn't unusual to wear a pair of moccasins in one evening. That's when they were all dancing in moccasins, and I explained this afternoon, and I'll explain it again, that you know, we can be traditional, and tradition is great, but you're limited sometimes when you don't change and make it more exciting to the world. So we have put on taps, and our arms are flying a bit, and our legs are flying a bit, especially with these young people, and it's gaining momentum, and we're dancing to standing ovations all over the world. So this jig is still having a big effect. We're going to